Hey, what's going on? Brand here, shooting to another video. I'm in Cotton Tree today. Check this out. Look at that view. Saturday afternoon, I went out last night to Ocean Street. It was a lot of fun. The atmosphere is quite good. I actually consider moving here. Anyway, that's besides the point. Today's video, I wanted to share with you some ideas that I sort of been picking up from one of the friends that I was talking to. My friend actually said something quite bizarre, okay? And it sort of sparked an idea for this video, so hopefully you get something out of it. Now, we got into the conversation about giving feedback, and specifically giving feedback when it comes to do with friends. And I love this bloke, but he went on to say that with a friend, you shouldn't actually give them like criticism or feedback with anything that's to do with anything that they perceive to be fun or they are passionate about. And as you can probably tell by the contortions on my face, I don't believe in that sort of philosophy. And let me explain why, okay? So there's two categories, okay? The first category is you've got friends that are like you're messing around sort of friends, okay? The friends that are like you accept them for the way they are, and I think that's the particular category he was talking about. The types of people that you accept them the way they are, and you love them for the way they are, and you don't knock them for the way they are, okay? But with those people, this is what leads me into the next category, is the second category, is the types of people that are friends that are looking to move forward in their life, okay? If you can sense that the doorway has opened in that person's mind, that they're actually open to feedback and criticism, or maybe they've even asked you, it would be you wouldn't be a very good friend if you didn't actually give them true and authentic feedback. If you just sort of like tap them on the back of this is where I'm getting my rant starting now. If you just tap them on the back and say, hey, everything's all good, man, you're doing quite well, that's not helping the person, you know, because this person has come to you because they know you're quite intimate, not intimately, like you're very special in their life, and they've come to you for advice. They've come for you for a little bit of feedback because they may be unaware of what they're doing right and wrong. So for you to sort of like to be like, oh, I don't want to hurt the person's feelings, and not actually tell the things that are necessary for that person to grow, that's not good for them, and it's not really good for your friendship as well, in my opinion, because it's inauthentic communication. They've come up to you, they've asked you for some help, and you've not been able to give back. So I think what my friend was talking about was in that first initial category. Okay, so just sort of like accepting them for who they are when there's not really any problems going on. When they're like, you know what, I like my life as it is. I don't really need that sort of feedback, but now and then, to be a good friend, you want to touch base and make sure that's not just like a facade when there's actually deeper problems going on. It's a fine-edged sword. It's a fine-edged sword. You're trying to work out. You don't want to be giving somebody information when they're not ready to receive, because you might be that person might be in their own little bubble of happiness, and they might not be on the same spiritual journey as you, and they might not want you to fucking tell them they're inadequate. They just want you to be a fucking friend and listen to the fucking complaining, and listen to some of that shit that comes up, okay? If you're the type of person that tolerates these sort of people in your life, okay, fair enough, that's for you. Certainly not the way that I want to live my life, certainly not the type of friends that I want around. I want friends around that constantly call out my bullshit, so that I can actually do a pre-assessment, like a behind-the-scenes assessment. I'm like, okay, is what they're saying to be true, or is there an underlying motive that they're saying this and I'm unaware of it? Okay, I have the ability in my mind, and I like to teach that, to be able to see the differences between when friends are actually telling you true advice because they care about you, versus when they're telling you advice to fuel their own ego. There's a fine line, and if you don't know what you're looking for, you can actually end up impeding your growth because you're taking on content and information from your friends that is not actually in your best interest. So you need to be aware with your friends, this key point, okay? Has the window opened up in their mind? Okay, if the window has not opened up in their mind, don't start cramming stuff, self-development shit down their throat, because it's just not going to end well. You have to put them, like in one of my previous videos I was talking about, you have to put them in that category of like the specific category where you're not actually going to coach them, you're not actually going to try and help them, you're just going to accept them for who you are. They're your messing around, your knock friends, okay? But then for the other category of people, or the other category of friend, where when you meet up, predominantly the conversation is centered around growth, self-development, getting better, business building, girls, you know, overall life improvement, okay? They're the friends that you want closer to you versus the other ones. In my opinion, you want to have a good foundation of growth-orientated friends before you actually step up into the next category where you have more like acquaintances and people that you just sort of hang around because you enjoy their energy and their company, okay? Because if you don't actually have that feedback loop happening, you're like a leaf in the wind, okay? You are like, you're a human, I'm a human, we can't see our own blind spots, and we need to have people that believe in us, that have the same, that are similar or a same life direction, to be able to point out our bullshit. So I hope you got something out of this video. It's just a random sort of video, unscripted, just a bit of a rant, some of the ideas that were sort of bouncing around my head in regards to this topic. If you've got anything you want to add to this that you think I've missed, leave it in the comments section below. And also, if you really like this sort of content, there's going to be a ton more of this sort of content coming out on this particular channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And hey, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, you need a friend to be able to talk to be able to work out what your purpose is, to work out work out all the little grey areas that are in your mind that you're unaware of, okay? And you like my ability to be able to point that out, and sort of like in some ways you're ready for that slap in the face. You're ready for that mentor to come along and say, look, this is what you're doing wrong. This is why. Can you see that? Can you see what would happen if you actually did this, this, and this, and this? What would happen into your life? And you're like, oh, I never really thought of it that way. So my process is basically asking you a lot of questions, a lot of deep questions that you may not have thought about or looked at it this way. Tell you what, it's going to be painful. It's not going to be easy, okay? I have a very harsh coaching style because I believe in you and I believe in human potential, especially men's human potential, because without that guidance, without that real talk, okay, that's unfiltered, that's not politically correct, that is to the bone, to your core, who you are, without that guidance in the right direction, you're not going to make it very far. So I would love to be able to be part of you on this journey, to be able to change you for the better, because I have your best interest in mind, okay? So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, send me a message on send me a DM on Instagram at Deciphered via Dice, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you, see if we're a good fit. If we are a good fit and we get along and we're talking well, we're on the same plate, we're very logically minded people, we're meticulous, we want to rip apart the things that we're doing well, things that we're not doing well, how can we improve on this, what's the next step, what do I need to know, what do I need to learn, how do I actually build a fucking roadmap out for my life so that I'm not lost anymore. If this sounds like something you're interested in, definitely get in touch with me and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to talk to you soon. Dice out.